Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in this video we are going to solve the box name sign. That's another box from the season 9, and this box is related to the MSSQL, and here you're gonna enjoy the stuff related to the Kerberos, the MSSQL, in case there is one port open. There is one unintended wave of which I can think, and actually we also use that too, but we also solve the intended way too. So as far as I can think, most of the people must have used the unintended way, because the way flags was getting submitted, it was can be considered that people use the unintended way because the flag was getting submitted way too fast. And the other way is the intended way, where you have to go through via the NTLM, and you have to set proxy, you have to work around with the DNS, etc. So with that said, let's get started with the box, and I hope you'll enjoy the process. There might be some fumbles because I was in a hurry, I had to leave somewhere, so you might see some mistakes in the box that are made by me, and I'm recording this statement after recording. So I hope you guys will enjoy the process. Till then, let's go. Here we go. We have the IP address, we have machine running. Over here we can see we have already connected VPN connection. So let's get started. We'll visit the directory cd/cdfx. This is a new box in the season 10, and we're working with signed. Let's go. And just before this, I already done the nmap scan for this, so let's cat the nmap scan results, and here we have it. We have only one port open, and that's related to the MySQL, or MSSQL to be precise, not a MySQL, that's a different service. And we also have the cloak screw here. That means either we are running in forward or maybe in backward with the 2 hour of difference with the machine. So we have two DNS over here. One is sign.htb and the other one is dc1.sign.htb. So let's clean this and clear, again clear. Let's start with the machine, and I'm gonna use the packet over here, and here is the whole username and the password. And if you're thinking where we are getting this from, let me change the IP address. We have a different one now. We'll copy this, paste it here, and for the username and password we have got from here this card and the password of this user, as this is the machine information which was given by the author, and this is how actually you usually work with the real world stuff. So here we are, but we also gonna need one more thing. Let me open a new terminal tab here, and we're gonna do sudo manage hosts. We're gonna add the IP address, which is this, and we're gonna add the host over here, signed.htb, and we gonna press no. Append the subdomain, that's going to be dc01.sign.htb, and now it's fixed. Press I see, my bad. Let me copy this, remove this, and we're gonna append with the 6th. Select it, and we're gonna append it, and this has been appended. Now we can cancel, come out, close this one, and we're gonna do sign.htb, press enter, and we shall connect with the okay. Oh, my bad. Now I should connect. Yep, we'll clear it, check it again. Connection has been built, and we are in. So the first come first, we will enumerate what we have to ourselves. So we're gonna use the enum, and all these are the options we have. NMDB. Okay, we have the access to one of the database, that's MSDB. Pretty good. Now let's check if we can impersonate this. Enum underscore impersonate, press enter, and we don't have any sort of impersonation powers. So let's next we're gonna do enum underscore links if we have any linked database, and we can see that this database is linked, but it is linked to itself, DC01 to DC01 itself. Next we can check enum underscore logins. We have two users, one is SA and one is Scott, and we are already in with the Scott. We might need to access the SA user and to get the admin access of the system, because this user does not have any sort of power to do a single thing. So we're gonna need to get the access of this user, the SA. And what's next? The last is enum, or the second last is enum owner, press enter. And as we can see, all these databases are owned by SA, so that means we cannot do much with the user Scott. And one last, enum underscore users. Here we go. As we can see, all the databases are owned by SA, DB owner, master, DBO, SA, and the username is DBO, maybe database operator or something. Guests don't have any sort of permission, information schema don't have any sort of power, and the sys also don't have any sort of power. That means we need to get this user access somehow, the SSA. So we're gonna clear this. Oh, we cannot clear. Let's see what we can do here. Press help and let's try enable underscore XP cmd shell, and it says user does not have permission to perform this action. You do not have permission to run reconfig statements. Okay, understandable. What we can do, we cannot impersonate anything, so this not gonna work. As the login, this also not gonna work. We can try this, xp underscore cmd shell, and let's see id. The executor permission was denied on the object xp-cmd database to this, so that means we cannot run this. Let's see xp underscore directory id. This seems to be something good. Let's see what else we can check. Probably C directory. We're not getting any sort of error over here. Nice. This tells me we can try one of these things. Wait. Let's, oh sheesh. Let me open the terminal again. cd signed impacket signed this. That was crazy, right? So we can use this xp underscore directory tree. If I do ls, it's not gonna do anything. Let's open another tab, or maybe again the same thing, split it. We're gonna do is try a responder and see if we can catch any sort of hash or something from this user, because we are able to run the xp directory, but we are still might be able to run some sort of other command that might be able to help us bypass. We're not getting it to ourselves. Like, it is executing, but it's not showing the response. That means it might be working behind the scenes, probably, because there is no error. Otherwise we should have got the error same as the xp cmd's kind of thing, right? So we're gonna do sudo responder -i interface, and it's gonna be tune 0, right? Press enter. Events are listening. Now we need to touch the SMB if it is there. To do so, we'll put it in a double quotes, or maybe don't. Let's add the SMB share over here, and we'll try to call the SMB share on our system, so it will use some sort of credential to ping that instead of their own. So it will be something like /10.10.16.26/share, and if I press enter, and there we go, we got a hash over here. Nice. This must have been stored somewhere. Let's cancel this. There is a directory for responder. Let me see. Locate responder and user share responder. I think we'll be going into this directory. So if I do ls, paste this, press enter, and there we go. We have logs, and in this log we're gonna we'll perform CP. We want this NTLM hash, paste. That's our current IP address, right? Yep, that's the one. And we're gonna copy it in our working directory, and there we go. We got the hash cat smtp. There we go. Now to crack this, clear, run, and we'll wait for the output. There we go. We got the password. Now we can open a new terminal. We're not gonna close the previous one because we might need it now or then probably. So we are not gonna close that. We're gonna use signed, and over here we're gonna use the username. This is the username, and paste it here with powers 2. I think I need to remove this old password, and as this password contains a special character that says @ we might need to provide a single quote, and here press enter and it should log in. Okay, there is a problem. Login failed. User, is it case sensitive? Probably. mssqlsvc, press enter, and okay, again it failed. Login failed for user. Let me check. We might need to use, I don't think the Kerberos is gonna make sense. If it's a Windows machine, let's try this, Windows auth. And first let's clean this, and now we'll paste the Windows auth, press enter, and boom, we are in. And this time we are a different user. That's cool. And we are as a guest. Now let's do the enum, and what we can do, db, that much we already know, that it has the power to msdb. And can we impersonate? Yes, we can impersonate the DC admin. What else we can do? Do we have any links? Again, the same server links. As you can see, it is self-mapping, so nothing much. And logins. Again, yo, there we go. Now we are speaking. Now we have the users. We are currently the SA, and this user has admin power. This one do not. These two do not have. They are disabled. Then we have the signed IT. So this is a Windows group. I see. Scott and domain user do not have any sort of power. Not even SQL elementary. This user has power. SQL server agent and MSSQL server, Windows management and MySQL writer, and this signed IT. The signed IT one seems cool. Now that we have these, let's also check the owner. Again, the same thing. What about the users? Okay, we have something good here. We have 2 users with the agent signing certificate and the policy event processing login. So this is basically a special kind of MySQL powers, or you can say this is kind of service accounts that MySQL has, and they're used to assign the certificates to the database. Now we need to find how we can misuse this, but this is not gonna do much help because this is just for signature and not much of a help. What seems interesting is this one, the signed IT group, so we might be able to get something out of it. Let's see if there is anything that can help us. Show queries underscore. Okay, nothing. Maybe I need to do this. No. Let's try something like select asterisk from this. There are user table. There is quite a clutter in here. There isn't much we can get or see, so it's worthless. Let me see if we can get the user ID of the IT user. For that, we're gonna use select s. This does not have autocomplete. User underscore sid. We'll put in a bracket and quote. We'll add the user ID over here. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. This has to be whole chunk. It cannot be signed only. Press enter and there we go. Now we have this into the hex. We gonna use Python to extract the content from it, like the Windows use SID for like full SID. There is a RID SID and there is also a domain SID. So I might be able to pull that from this itself. So let's open a new terminal. Someone is calling. I'll be back. Okay, back. So we was looking for the over here hash ID. Okay, so after beating my head, I have come up with this. I did a multiple tests over here, and after this is what I have come up with. We will first convert the hex into the raw bytes using this. After that, we will read the bytes into the array, and here you can see map file. Then we'll perform the revision and recount into the reverse. Then we'll identify the authority using the big Endian some sort of hex, and using this we will get our own 16 indent hex, and then we'll convert the others into the again D word. That's a little Indian. Right, there is a complications. Damn it. Okay, so this is the whole script, and we're gonna use this to crack the hash. So chmod plus x, and this is the file. Press enter, /hex to sid, and we're gonna provide the hash over here. Press enter, and there we go. We got our desired output. Now that we have this, if you see over here RID, this is something that is related to the system roles. Let me check. RID, let's Google this and see. 1105 powers. 1105 typically represent a standard user count or a security principal that has automatically generated by the domain controller. Okay, but in our case this user has the system admin role over here. We see here, so we are sysadmin with that role, and as we know we don't have any other way to get in to the system because there is only one port is open, and that's the MSSQL. Let's try if we can forge some sort of other user credential, or maybe provide our current user same role. The current user I'm talking about is this itself, the MSSQL service account. So if we can provide this user some sort of permissions that can be an system admin or act as a system admin, we'll be able to elevate the privilege of our current user and be able to access the admin level permissions and perform the admin level actions. So to do so, what we're gonna do, we're gonna convert our existing user password, which is this, to NTLM hash. I don't know if there is NTLM hash converter or something there. It seems there is no. Or let's see, password to NTLM hash converter, NTLM hash generator. Maybe this will be able to do. Okay, we have got our hash over here. Now what we're gonna do, okay, so I'm back over the machine and there is a problem. Wait, let me disconnect the VPN and reconnect it. So the problem is that whenever I try to connect with the machine, and here I get message every now and then. So yeah, the problem is whenever I'm trying to connect with the machine, it is causing some sort of crash, and because of that my whole box and the system crashes. So here I'm recording it again. The hash was MSSQL service account, SVC, that's what we say. Probably that's a service account problem, I'm not sure. So for that we have the hash. Now what we're gonna do is let's cat the nmap again, and there is an important clue that we need to cover. Cat nmap. If you see over here, we have a time screw here, right? So what we need is to fix the time of, or like match the time of our machine with this box machine, so we can when we create some sort of silver ticket using Kerberos, it should sync the time with that. So so you're gonna again try to get into the machine, or you can say the SQL server, and try to pull out the actual date and time, and we'll set it manually on our machine because we don't have the npu date. I think that's no np date, it's ntp date. So using this we can actually see or like just type the domain or subdomain, and it will sync our time with that domain, using which we can create a ticket. But this time it won't do because we only have one port open, and because of that we cannot do the NTP sync with that. So we have to pull that time and date manually, and then we'll sync it with this. So let's clear this. We'll connect with the server. So we'll write the impacket, okay, impacket hyphen MSSQL client, right, and MSSQL SVC, then colon, we'll add the password, and the password was what was the password? Well, I have written it somewhere, just give me a second. It's PUR something. Wait, let me pull the password. Okay, here I have kept it. I knew it is gonna come handy though. So copy this, paste, remove this, and we're gonna copy, paste, and here we're gonna provide @signed.htb, right? Press enter. No, it's Windows auth. Press enter. Now it should get us in. We are in. So let's get the time from here. Select get UTC date, and we'll put that in braces, semicolon, and there we go. We got the time and date. So let's copy this. Then we're gonna do exclamation date -u space -s, and in the single quotes we're gonna add this. Press enter, and it says operation not permitted. Oh, I see why it's not permitted. We're gonna do sudo, copy this, paste it here, press enter, and now we are synced with the machine over here. Now the next step is we're gonna create a ticket in packet hyphen ticketer hyphen nt hash, and let me open the browser, and in the history we should see and we'll copy this hash, go here, paste the hash. Next we will add the domain ID. Let me split it like this, /hex2sid, and what was the ID? Let me pull that back again. For that it was select s user underscore id, or it's sid, and put it into the braces. It was signed /it, and these should be in single quotes. Close it, press enter, and here is the ID. We're gonna paste, press enter, and we have the information. Now we're gonna put the SID over here, and the SID is gonna be domain hyphen SID. So domain SID is this, copy paste, and groups is gonna be this one, RID space, we're gonna set user ID. So it's the permission we want to give this hash so it can perform those level of action like the admin or kind of thing. So as far as I remember, the admin goes on around 512, and along with this we also give the 500, and I think that's good enough. And now we're gonna provide the username, or like we can just give it administrator space, sorry, it's gonna be before this most probably, if I'm doing it right. We need to define the domain. It's gonna be signed.htb, and we also need to provide SPN, and SPN going to be this user, mssqlsvc slash the domain controller dc01 dot sign.htb, and probably we need to define a port. It's gonna be what was the port? Dang it, I'm forgetting. Let's get the nmap. It's 1433 space, press enter, and it says we have a invalid literal for this. Okay, we are using this wrong. We can now close this, and maybe 500 come first, then it will go for the 500 this probably. No, or maybe I am giving it wrong on the very first place. It's going to be groups instead of user ID. I think that's what it is. I need to give it over here 512. That's the group, the admin group, and the user ID. I don't know what's the user ID for this user. Where is it? The mssqlsvc. Let's see. mssqlsvc. Dang it, I was on mute all along. So I'm gonna do the stuff again, but here we have the access. I don't know for how long I was on mute. Let me cancel this out. So here you can see I was trying to find the stuff for creating the key over here. So we have added the hash, we have the SID, we have the signed domain, and I have added other stuff that we need for this because this is the account we are trying to elevate the privilege of, and these are the two groups. I have seen this one almost everywhere, and this one we have got from the script that we have got from using this SID and RID. And the user ID, as you can see, I was looking for it over here. Where did it go? Yeah, here. So I just asked it. It says the 500 is default, and I knew the 500 is default, so I was still a bit confused, and I gave the ticket a name that's administrator, and I got the whole stuff from here, and we already know the clock screw is there, and I have already defined the time. And after that I use that ccache ticket using the packet and press enter, and we got the error. Now to fix that I use this and press enter, and we'll get the access any minute now. Now I'm gonna push this up. Now what I'm gonna do is check if we can run these commands. Try enable this, and it says reconfigured install. That means we can run this and we didn't got any sort of error, right? Now next, copy, paste, and I'm gonna run there, and it should run. There we go. Now we have the access of machine. Let's start the netcat listener on a new terminal. netcat-lnvp 9001, press enter, and we're gonna go here, reverse shell. Dang it, it's not showing my IP address. That's cruel, man. We're gonna do IP add. We have the IP address of this. Yeah, that's the IP address. Go here, paste the IP address. We have stuff. Now we are on Windows, and in Windows we're gonna use the PowerShell. Let's use this one. No, it's a PHP, man. I'm talking about the PowerShell again. Yeah, this one will do. We'll copy this, go here, is it because of single quotes or double quotes? Let's try this. Okay, this time it worked or not. We did got some heavy amount of errors, but we didn't got the connection. That's a problem. Okay, let's try this again, but this time let's use the other shell that we have under base 64. We put it under none, copy this, go here, and I'm gonna clean this, paste, press enter, and there we go. We got the access. Pretty cool. Now if I do who am I, we are user, so let's see what we can do here. ls, I shouldn't have done that. cd dot ls. We have some stuff here, but again we're gonna go one more back. From ls cd users ls cd. I don't think we'll be able to access the administrator though. Okay, we can, but here we have stuff empty. We're gonna cd to this user ls cd desktop ls, and there we have our user.txt. I'm not gonna open it. Now for the next part, we need to elevate the privilege of this user over here, and we have the access of this machine. So to do so, we don't need all of these now. We're gonna open a new terminal and we'll start with ligolo, and ligolo is going to help us perform the proxy. So let's use the ligolo over here to, we'll upload the ligolo and try to access the reverse connection so we can ping and hit the whole system from our local, and that will be faster than doing it from here. So we're gonna do, the best way to do is we can use the netexec, but before that let's pull the agents over here. Ligolo binaries, yep, we have the binaries here, and we're gonna do cd hyphen back to the directory. Now if I do cp, I want to copy this binary amd. I think that should do the work, or maybe this one. We're working on a Linux, right? Now we are working on a Windows, so it is going to be the proxy that we need to send. No, we need to send the agent there, so it should be, let's try with this. If this didn't work, we will try the other agent, and it says no such file or directory. What? Oh, I see, slash. Now we got it here. Wait, let me remove it. Ligolo, we're gonna copy again and we're gonna name it agent. It's amd64.exe, press enter, and we have our agent here. Now we're gonna use, or let's split it into two, ligolo proxy. No, we want to start it with self-signed certificate, and we're gonna use sudo for the same. It's self cert, press enter, and there we go, we have our self cert ligolo setup. And now we're gonna upload this proxy over the attacker machine, sorry, the vulnerable machine, which is this one. We're gonna do xp underscore cmd shell. We're gonna use the invoke here, PowerShell .exe. I don't think I need to use .exe, or maybe it's already a PowerShell. Let's try invoke request hyphen URI space http colon / and my IP address is ifconfig 14.11, clear this ls, copy the agent name / paste the agent name, right, and run python this. If it can save it here, that will also do. Invoke is not recommended for internal command. Let's see, PowerShell, and it blew up again. Okay, I just provided this command over the here and it gave me this. Let's try this. If it works, press enter, and it worked, beautifully worked. Nice. That means if I have used it using the reverse shell, we could have done it that way too. Okay, let's get the RCE, or maybe not. We just need to execute this xp underscore cmd shell, and we're gonna provide this path, right, and over here we're gonna provide the IP address of ours, and the IP address is 10.10.14.11. Along with this, we also need to add connect, and we're gonna provide the port. Port is, what's the port? 11.16.01, and we're gonna add ignore hyphen cert. press enter, and over the ligolo we should get a connection or a session, and there we go. We got the session. Press enter, session, select, start, and we have our terminal here. And what we're gonna do is auto route. This is a route we're gonna add. Press enter, create a new instance, start the terminal, and boom, we have our own terminal. Lost terminal connection with the agent. Why is that? Because this died. I don't think that should be happening. Sessions list, offline waiting recovery. I knew it. This died, that's why. I think I should get our RCE over here. netcat-lnvp. Open this, go here, and use this PowerShell. Copy here, xp_cmd, and paste it like this. Press enter. What just happened? Did something blast off? Let me try enable this xp cmd dir. Something just blasted off, which we can not recover. I think we can reset the machine. Yep, something did blast it off. Ping this. I think I know why it's not able to ping, because of this auto route. Let me list terminals, but not this. Interfaces. Yes, here we have few interfaces that's causing the problem. Now we're gonna do is interface delete this one, yes, and next one is this, yes, got it. Now if I clean this, try connect again, it should connect, and if I do ping, and we're able to ping. Nice. Ligolo can be a problem sometime. At least we have our files there. So enable this, and this is what we're gonna use. Again, start. Ligolo should get a connection back, and it says error. What kind of error, man? Everything is working fine. Session, yes. Start, already running. Beautiful. I think everything is running good. Now what we're gonna do, for some reason I think we might again go for the NTLM relay attack, and for those let me show you. NTLM relay attack, latest CVE. There's zero click vulnerability, NTLM reflection vulnerability that allows attacker to bypass existing relay protection. It enables an authenticated attacker to force a machine to authenticate itself, leading to remote code execution as a system. These are the new ones, but we're not gonna check on these because this is a recent one. We're gonna check for the previous one when this box was released. What I can understand, we might be working with this, where we are performing the leading to remote code execution as a system. So let's try find the CVE, exploit or POC. POC will be better. Over here, let's try this and this. Synactive. This one might be a good stuff. Okay, so they are using the NTM relay over here. After that, they have set up some sort of tool where they have given damn long name for the host, it seems, and attack actually worked. To understand the vulnerability, what it's doing is, in order to quickly understand what's happened, network capture were done for both relay attacks, And obvious difference stood out in the network capture, the relay with this host name. So we need to provide a gibberishly long host name probably. And NTLM authentication took place. On the contrary, when coursing the machine with IP address as the listener, a standard NTLM authenticated occurred. Local NTLM authentication. This is something we can read further, or you guys can read further. This will be helpful for you. But what I need is this, the POC of the same, so I can finish this box. I've already gone through with this. So we have this trigger probably 3 weeks ago. Somebody just recently created this, it seems. Yep, it's for the same stuff. As you can see, it says in packet there is DNS Python and LDAP bleed. So it seems someone just recently created. I'm pretty sure it's not for this box, or it might be for this box. No, it's not for this box. Shall we try this? Let's go. Not wget, it's a git clone, paste, enter, and we have it here. We're gonna do CVE ls. Okay, the first step would be /sh, and we have the error here, operation not permitted lib. I see it's trying to create a virtual environment here. So what we're gonna do is cd cp cv this to the temp and -art. Okay, my bad. Now we'll go temp ls cv. No, it says cv. Yeah, this. Now we should do setup.sh, and it says no such file or directory. Activating virtual environment, rm-rf, virtual environment remove. Let's create again, and there we go. The next thing we're gonna do is copy this. Nice. First we're gonna copy and paste this. Next we're gonna do copy this, paste it here. Target IP address, it's going to be this. It's dco1.signed.htb. I think target can be only this, most probably. DNS IP address, it's going to be this, and attacker IP address, which is going to be me probably. It's going to be 10.10.14.11. Password. Now this is a tricky part. We do not have the password here, but maybe we can use this user password. Let me go all the way up, copy this and paste it here, and same with the username, paste it here. Press enter and it blown itself. Username must include a domain. Oh, I see. Let's add the domain, signed.htb/enter. I think it wants the whole domain controller with it. I believe that's the problem here. dco1.this. Does it need in capital or maybe in quotes? Yep, it requires in quotes. Binding to host. I don't know how long it's gonna take to bind it with the host. I don't think it will be able to successfully run it because of that layer between, because we need to elevate the privilege for this user, and after that we can use any other access with this specific user, and we have already elevated it, but this does not know that because we are using the key to elevate the privilege. So this tool is kinda useless to us, and we're gonna do deactivate. Press enter, clear, cd rm -rf, and no, CVE this, clear, cd/media signed, clear. Now that we know this is useless to us, but that doesn't mean everything is useless to us. We need to set up a proxy. Let me do it in my style. If you see over here, we have the tool that is needed over here for the DNS tool. So we'll go here and we have the DNS tool over here. Now we're going to do Python 3 DNS tool -u. Basically we are going to add whatever is written over here, but in our style, DNS tool.py. For the IP address, oh, I see, I made a mistake here, because it won't be able to reach that IP address because of the connection, and that's why we set up the proxy on the first place. So my bad. I might be able to use that script also. Now that I'm thinking, probably. So the ligolo IP address is 124.0.0.1. As we're using ligolo as an intermediator, we will use add -d. Over here, I think this is what I need to update. Yes, -a add -d, which is the domain we are trying to reach, or like the discovery which will come to us, or destination which will come to us. And next we'll remove all of this and we'll add this username that says, or like speaking, or you can say whatever it's doing, and press enter, and it says the DNS IP unrecognized argument. Okay, let's do it without DNS IP, binding the host. Now next we need to do is start this relay. We just did this step because we're not using the other proxy, because we are directly getting the access of this, so this won't be useful for us. And it died. I knew it. Let's break it one more time, and this time we will change the host. The T will be the ligolo endpoint, or the server, or the proxy. It's not a server, it's a proxy. WinRM, and it's going to be 124.0.0.1. Press enter, and there we go. It established the connection and it break. This is the one that's causing a problem. It's not sticking with it because we still one more step behind over here, and we need to relay back it to us, which is going to be this part. I think we can try the netexec over here, but we won't use this. Instead we're gonna use the ligolo stuff, which is going to be this. So let's clear this. I don't know if even this one will work or not. It is hanging. Okay, I think it did work. I need one more thing probably, and that's gonna be netcat listener. We're gonna listen, and I think I should do this. No. Okay, it broke again. Server started, wait for connection. I think I'm making a mistake some kind. Over here, no. Yeah, this is a mistake that I'm making. I'm an idiot. Do this, remove this, paste, enter, and it should try to do the connection. It didn't. Let me clean all this first, and we'll see. I'll clean this too. Exit, open new terminal, netcat listener, we'll start it here. Let me see what I can do. And I think I'm making a mistake here itself. clear. Let's kill this terminal, or maybe this is a terminal. We'll do this and this and this. Now let me paste the commands that I have. First we're gonna do with this, right? And the next command I was talking about, wait, let me see if it's still recording. Yes, I got a call. We'll build this. Oh, dang it. That's an absurd amount of space. And the next one, it's gonna be this. And the last one, we're gonna set up the netcat listener, which is this. Connection refused, no problem. Now, first enter, second enter, third enter, and fourth enter. Okay, it's still refusing. It keep on refusing. I don't know, maybe it's a sudo apt upgrade, net exec. Yeah, even that's not gonna work because we are on a different time. Yep, it's not working. Is it because ligolo is not working? But ligolo is saying it's active interface. So let me see if I do this. Wait, if I do ping and ping this, you're able to ping it, but netcat is not listening to this. Or maybe there is no port like this. Oh, it's a 1433. It's not working. Okay, I'm thinking to reconnect with the ligolo. If it works, we got a connection, session, tab, start. Let's retry this stuff. Okay, now it's binding, and we have successfully operated it. And if I do the okay, let it run, and we have the client request signed and exploit worked successfully. And if I run this, and boom, who am I? There we go. Now we have got the root. So now that we have the root, we can see the stuff, but I will drop my whole write-up because this ate my brain literally. It was because of ligolo route over here, because we did delete the route from it, but we didn't restart the ligolo, and because we didn't restart it, that's why it created a problem. When I did a restart over here, if you see, I just literally killed it and gave it a restart over here. That's why I was able to get the connection. Now if I do it again, you see it will, okay, I think we already have it, so that's why it got stuck. But we got this netcat listener session, and it doesn't matter how many times I do. Okay, it died because this completed, probably because of that. But if I do it again and try this, maybe I have to do this again too to set up a DNS. Record already exists. I see I cannot connect with it again because of this specific NTLM relay. We need to restart this relay again and get the connection back. So if I click this, cancel, and start the relay session, failed. Now if I do this, it will create a new session. I don't think I need to bind the IP. Oh yeah, I need to bind the host again, and it got signed in. There is a connection error. Let me add the action here. Okay, -a. It's already in there, so that should not be a problem. Let's add this. Allow multiple, this one. And if I do this, okay, it's trying to bind. Let me cancel this, run this again, concise attack, this. Now it will try to bind again. Bro, connect already. Don't tell me I have, oh, it says there is no more target left. So if I do it again, it's gonna send the same request there again. I see. Run, bind, let this run. It's gonna rebind to the host. Press enter. Okay, I think I need a new ligolo connection for this again. But yeah, you got the gist. And there we go. We got the connection back. It was because of this, most probably because it didn't exploited the root or something. But yeah, I'm not gonna put my mind into this again anymore. So this was one of the way to reach the box. There is one more way to complete it way faster, and that's, let me show you. This is a ligolo, this is a reverse connection, and there we go. So here we have one command that can actually help us get the flag faster. So how it will help us get the flag faster is, there is this. Let me paste. You see, select from OPENROWSET, and it's calling the bulk action, so it is grabbing everything out of it. And if I press enter, okay, it says operation system code this, either a required impersonation level not provided, or okay, I think I'm missing something then. What is it that I'm missing? Dang it, I cancelled it. We have this too, but we don't need this one. Okay, we are back in. We can cancel this one. Clear, exit. Let's select the system user. We have the administrator. Not again. I have to leave soon. Select system underscore user. We have this. Now we will check the permissions. It is admin. Now if I'll copy this, paste it here again. There is something weird. It seems we are most probably missing some sort of permissions in this. Crazy. Let's create a new sign ticker then. Over here there's another permission that's 159 something, I think this, and the user ID, it was this is an unintended way basically. If I'm just trying to recall it if I am doing it correct. The user ID this, or it was 03 probably. Press enter, we have new user ID, and if I connect back, we'll still have all those permissions. Okay, we are in, and it seems I messed up some stuff here. Okay, let me paste it again. Don't. If I paste again, press enter, and there we go. We have the keys again, and you can do same with the user.txt. Basically you need all these permissions and groups to be a part of this, so you can directly call the flag. But the way I showed you previously was the intended way to reach this box. And with that said, we are done with the box, and I'll see you guys into the next video. Till then, if you're new here, subscribe, old one shares and like, new one too, and share with other if you think they can benefit from it. But this box was actually a heck of a brain, and even I don't think I did a good job explaining in this video, because I'm also in a hurry, and I'm really sorry for that.